Coming up on today's show, we got 3 easy appetizers to please everything from salty to sweet. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne Didi.
And we got a couple submitted recipes this week again. We got some turkey meatballs and an avocado dip and pumpkin pear bread.
Yes, doesn't that sound good?
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Our own Tom Jablonski that helps us with our Cooking Crave shows filming submitted some awesome recipes, so I can't wait to dig in.
Oh, me too, because he is an absolute wonderful cook. So we're going to start here. We want to get our pumpkin pear bread in the oven.
Okay.
So we're going to make that first.
Okay.
So we start, we're going to have a cup of whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And then we're going to do, a cup of white flour.
Okay.
And 1 1/4 cup sugar.
Okay.
We're going to just mix all the dry ingredients in here, and then you don't need a mix or anything for this. We're going to do with it a spoon
Okay.
and stuff. We're going to get this mixed up. So I need my teaspoon here, and
It's right behind it.
right here. Okay, so into our dry ingredients, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
And there's no reason to wait for the holidays to make something with pumpkin. Pumpkin's good anytime.
It is. But you know, when you hear pumpkin and pears and that, you do think of the holidays, don't you?
Yep.
That's right. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
All right.
And 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. So all these flavors in here going in these spices, it's going to make it just absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to let you mix that, and I'm going to bring this bowl over here, and we're going to mix up our wet ingredients.
Okay.
We're going to use 1 egg. And I believe we want a little bit of salt. It says 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
So we're going to put that in there. So we have 1 egg, a 1/2 cup of milk, and a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Put that in there.
Pretty full, so.
Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to just get a little whisk here too and just blend this up. And then we'll put that in with the dry ingredients.
Okay.
Now, I do know that I believe it asks for, this should, we're going to put in chopped pears.
Okay.
We just are draining a can of light pears like that. And we get that mixed up, and a half a can of like a 15-ounce pumpkin goes in here.
Okay, so just a 1/2 can.
Right, just a 1/2 can, and we're going to get that mixed in here because we're going to add the pears to the end after we've got the batter mixed with the liquid.
Okay.
So,
And so, this is a bread. It's going to be something. This is our something sweet as an appetizer.
that's right.
But there's nothing wrong with the holidays coming up, serving some of the appetizers. But we're showing here, being it is the holidays.
Yeah, it's coming up. Can you believe that?
I know.
It's unreal how that time goes. So we're going to put that aside, and we're going to just go ahead, and I'm going to put that in here. Okay, we'll set that aside, and I've got my pears here.
Okay.
So I'm going to just have you go ahead and dice them.
Okay.
And that
Oh, that's a big knife, Mom.
that it is. So I'm going to just take a spoon and mix this up. And this here makes a good sized, you know, a regular bread pan.
Okay.
Your 8 to, you know, just your, excuse me, your regular size bread pan. But I'm going to put it in 2 smaller ones, 2 smaller loaves versus 1 big one.
Okay.
I think I always like to have the smaller versus the big. And especially too, if you don't always expect to maybe eat it all right away. This way, if you can freeze one, absolutely. Or you can send it home with your daughter.
That always works too. Kind of like that option.
Like that option better, huh? Okay, and it mixes so easy. Like I said, you know, we're not using a mixer or anything like that. We're just that in there. So should I take a couple of those chopped pears out of here?
Sure.
Make room so that you can get the rest cut up.
No, I'm not quite as fast at this as you.
Okay. All right, I'm sure you're doing just fine. And then we have the oven on at 350. And we're going to bake this from 45 to 55 minutes, it says.
Okay.
So we're going to put that in there. And I don't know if I mentioned this was a 15-ounce can of pears.
Okay.
You know, drained there. And you know, really, when you look at this, I got 2 small of bread pans here. We want to coat them well with the nonstick spray.
All right.
And when I'm looking at all this batter, I might even have enough to make another small loaf.
Okay.
But we'll start with that first. Okay, so we're going to just... Because you want to fill that about 3/4 full.
Oh, I smell those spices in there. It smells great.
It is. Well, you know, I think this is going to be just perfect for this here.
All right.
And it rises nicely over, you know, it doesn't, when it's, you know, baking, it's going to rise up above your pans a little bit.
Okay.
Get all that batter in there. So you can see if you just use the large loaf, it's going to make a nice sized one.
It sure would.
And this recipe is so easy to double, and that too. To me, it's always easy doubling it and putting something in the freezer for, you never know when you're going to have that unexpected company.
Right.
So we'll set that aside. And now we're going to just put that in the oven.
All right.
And we'll set the timer. And we're going to start at that, okay, it says 45 to 55 minutes. So I'm going to start at 50 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to start on our meatballs.
Okay.
And these are just a neat, savory little meatball. We won't make them very big.
Okay.
Because they're going to be more as an appetizer. So,
all right.
We're going to start with our all the ingredients, and then we're going to add the turkey at the end.
Okay.
You know, whatever. So we're going to use 2 eggs.
All right.
And the eggs helps your meatballs form better.
Okay.
And stay. So, and it says a couple of tablespoons of chopped parsley.
Okay.
So we have that. And 3 cloves of minced garlic.
Okay. Okay.
And it says 1 small onion grated. I didn't grate the onion, you know, because I thought, ooh, this is going to be pretty bad. So I just chopped it really fine.
Okay.
And I put my skillet on here to heat it up, and because we'll put 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there, and when we form the meatballs, just to put that in there.
Okay.
So it says a 1/4 cup of Romano cheese and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
And these are all grated cheeses. And then a 1/4 cup of dry bread crumbs. And I had just taken out a piece of bread and just let it dry up in that for that. So
that works.
3 tablespoons of ketchup. So there's all kinds of ingredients in this.
Well, we've heard rave reviews over these turkey meatballs, so I can't wait to give these a try.
They will be good. Okay, so we'll get that set that aside, and then it says about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, ground pepper, and a teaspoon of salt. There we go.
All right.
So I'm going to just mix this up here a little bit, get that blended well, and then we use a 1 pound of ground turkey.
Okay.
And it says, the dark meat, but when I was looking at the ingredients and looking for the turkey, it is dark meat.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't see any that did say ground white meat, so.
Okay.
So we just want to mix those flavors all together.
All right.
And then, like I said, I've got a pound of ground turkey.
All right.
And this is where the hands come in. We're going to mix that. So, okay. And I'm going to pour 3 tablespoons of olive oil in my skillet. Like I said, I've got that heated up already. We'll just, there we go. And I'm using olive oil on that.
Okay.
So, and then when I have these mixed up, you get to help me make the meatballs.
All right.
And we're going to make these smaller, more like your...
Like a cocktail size.
Right, your appetizers.
And these don't take long to cook up either.
No, we're just going to brown them, and once they're browned, we're going to take them out, and we're going to put in 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup.
Okay.
And then just let them simmer a little bit.
Okay.
You have a couple of different options, we like the cream of mushroom soup, so that's what we're going to use, but you can also use kind of like a marinara sauce on that too.
Oh, so something different.
A little bit different. Okay. So we have that here, and we're going to just move this. And so we'll be able to mix that up. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit because my oil is already getting pretty hot. Yeah, it's hot there. When you put that meatball in there, it's going to sizzle. So we'll just hurry up and get these made and get them browned. And they're pretty soft, but they will, when they brown up, they're going to stay together. Okay, they all look like they're probably pretty much all brown. I'm going to use a spoon so then I can get them out a little faster.
Okay.
And we don't have to worry about having them cook completely right now because we're going to add them back into the cream of mushroom soup.
Okay.
And then we can let them simmer for a little bit. And we're just going to use the same pan here, heat up that, and you're going to use your drippings here and stuff from the meatballs.
Well, absolutely.
Just gets them a little bit more of a flavor. And when you think about a pound of turkey, you don't think, oh, you're not going to get very many meatballs. But we do. We have quite a few here.
And a lot of times when you have get-togethers and everybody brings an appetizer, you don't always need a ton of them.
That's right. You like to have a variety.
Right.
And stuff. So there we go. So we're going to just go ahead and add the mushroom soup in here. And we just want to get that heated up, and then we're going to add the meatballs back in here, and we're going to
Okay.
get them simmering. And then we're going to make an avocado dip.
All right.
And this is really, it's going to be a creamy avocado dip, which is nice. You can use it for vegetables or with chips.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you make your avocado dip with tomatoes and stuff, it's more of just a chip
Right.
dip. But this is going to be, it's great for on vegetables also. Okay, get that heated up here.
Okay. And that doesn't take too long at all.
No, it doesn't. And that avocado dip is very simple too. It's just a few ingredients, but it takes ranch dressing, you know, packet of, you know, your ranch
Dry dressing?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, getting that.
And then we just let the meatballs cook in the mushroom sauce for a little bit,
Yep.
and
Okay.
great
so
if you have like a little crock pot for get-togethers.
you can certainly do that. So I'm going just to stir that a little bit here.
I don't want to break them up too much.
No, just, and as that mushroom soup, you know, gets a little hotter, it's going to just work in better with those meatballs.
Sure.
And like I say, we're gonna have them simmer, so I want to turn down that the heat down quite a bit here.
Okay. And do we cover them, or we just let them simmer open?
You can do it either way. You know, a lot of times with simmering, you know, you might want to put that lid on.
Okay.
I will probably have to get my lid out of my cupboard there. I just kind of wasn't thinking about using the lid right away.
Okay.
So we'll just put this aside. So now we're going to do our avocado dip.
And we have found a supersized avocado for this particular dip.
It is. It says, you know, to have 2 avocados, you know, your regular size medium, but I just happen to have this one, so
Yep.
we're going to just use one of those.
I think somebody used some Miracle Grow.
Okay, what we're going to do is just, I'm going to cut that here, and we're going to peel that too.
Okay.
But this has a honker of a seed in it, so, you know, it looks like it's a huge avocado, but when you look
We
at
got
that,
a lot of seed here.
that's right. So I'm going to quickly peel this, and then we're going to put this in the food processor and just blend that up a little bit.
Okay.
And you want a nice ripe avocado. You know, and they do definitely peel very easily when they're ripe. So I'm going to just cut a couple of pieces here, so when I put that in here, it's going to be broke up just a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to quick finish this here. Like I said, that peels really easily.
And this is just a couple ingredients in this dip. It's not anything that is extravagant, easy to
Nope.
put together, and
And like I said, you know,
it'll get rave reviews.
we're going to use blend this, and then we put a cup of mayonnaise in it, and then the ranch dip,
Okay.
and a teaspoon of chili powder.
Okay.
Well, by the time the night's through, I think everybody will know the song, this tune here, right?
That's right.
Okay. So
Okay.
get that in there. And I'm going to just pulse the avocado just a little bit before we put the other ingredients in on it. And of course, it doesn't take too much for an avocado to get mixed, to blend up. Okay, I'm going to rinse my spatula off here. And just kind of push that down a little bit there.
Okay.
And we're going to just do a little bit more here.
And is this avocado dip one that we're going to serve cold?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And you certainly would be nice to make it probably an hour or so prior to serving.
Okay.
Because the flavors will then definitely mix up.
Okay.
So now we're going to use 1 cup of mayonnaise. And definitely use your the mayonnaise and not Miracle Whip.
Okay.
You have a little bit more of a flavor in there.
That's one thing, you know, when it does say one or the other, use it.
That's right, yes. And I'm going to quickly stir our meatballs over here.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and like I said, a teaspoon of chili powder.
Okay.
Put that in there.
So we got a little kick to it.
Has a little bit of a spice to it. Yes, and then, like I said, a package of your ranch salad dressing and seasoning mix.
Okay.
There's so many things you can make with that ranch seasoning, and it's so good. So I'll just put this on here and blend that up there a little bit.
So if you didn't, or you're not fortunate to have a food processor like this, you would just mix it with that little hand mixer. What would be the easiest way to do that?
You want to, because you do want it creamy, yeah, use some kind of electric mixer or hand mixer, electric thing, or, like I have a KitchenAid, that would work nicely for that too, so.
Okay.
Okay. We're just going to go a little bit more here. Okay. Now let's see.
That doesn't take long at all.
It doesn't, no. Okay, that's already done, and we'll be able to put this in a bowl and feature that.
Okay.
I have a bowl just right over here. And like I said, it's really creamy, and it makes a fair-sized recipe. Just those few ingredients doesn't sound like it would be that much, but it is.
Well, when you got a ginormous avocado to start with, you're going to get a little dip out of it.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, one thing with this dip, it freezes well. So you can just, use as much, or if you make that recipe and just don't need it all, it's kind of nice just to have it for another time.
Sure. Or take it to work and make a lot of friends.
I think you would. Okay, there we go. And like I said, what's nice with this, the creamy dip, it's going to be great with vegetables, with, chips, anything that you would like.
Sounds great.
Okay, our buzzer has gone off for our bread, so
Okay.
let's check that out and see how that is going. Here, I'll have you just open the oven, and I'll take one loaf out and just close that up. And we're going to just stick a knife through there and see. Okay. Oh, I think we better have that go just a little bit more.
Just a tad.
Yes. And that was where we had started it at 50 minutes. I'm going to put it in for another 5.
Okay.
but we're going to be able to just go over and kind of feature our avocado dip and our meatballs here.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of see. Oh, do they smell really good? So I'm going to just put some out here.
And this is something that you'll be at the hit of the party when you make these.
Yeah. Meatballs usually go over pretty darn good.
They do.
And, you know, turkey, it's just a little twist, a little different a thing than your regular beef, and it's certainly healthy for you. And all with that gravy and sauce in there that we have, I think I'm going to probably cook some noodles and put that over, that gravy over noodles. That's going to be good. You know, and have the leftover meatballs. And this dip here, like I said, we're going to put a little bit on this plate. And what's neat, take your favorite vegetables. I've just got a few things here. I have some green pepper, broccoli, celery, and carrots. You know, and like I said, that's what makes it nice, being it's a nice creamy dip for vegetables.
Sure.
And or chips. So we're going to be able to put that chips on there so that you can have either or. Now that's
perfect.
Sit down and watch your favorite football game with that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we're going to wait just a couple of minutes yet, and our bread should be done, and then we'll be back to this.
Sounds great.
Okay, the oven, we had our extra 5 minutes on our bread, and I think I checked it, and it looked like it was done there. So we'll just take it over here and put it on our cooling rack. And normally you'd probably want to have it cool in the pan a little bit longer, but we're going to just have one of these come up right out of there so we can show that. Oh, does that smell good?
It does. I think anybody would be just absolutely just great. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Everybody would just want to be able to come over and enjoy a feast like this.
And I wish I could have all our viewing audience here. I really do. Okay, so here we are. We have our great turkey meatballs, and we have our avocado.
Yes, and thank you, Tom, for supplying us with some awesome recipes. I know that these are going to be family favorites to come. We got turkey meatballs and pumpkin pear bread. Can't wait to dig into that and get a little bit of butter on that.
Yeah, I made 2 nice loaves.
It did.
And it was just perfect.
Perfect sharing sizes. And avocado dip, wonderful to get these recipes. You could either stop by the workshop and pick them up in person, or go out to our website, www.ctctel.com. Please submit your recipes for us to cook for you. Thank you so much and have a great day.